Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Um, as we get off into the pointer, this is the pointer session. Forgot to do this yesterday when I was talking about the ah and the woe, which is something that we all have to come to terms with at some point. Whether you're gonna be all in one side or the other, because whatever side you're in, do know that God will show himself to you. Okay. God will still show himself to you, whether good or evil. And in that point, he will make a judgment. So that's the reason why you can't be double-minded. You got to have your foot where it is. Come at, the come as you are, the known as the come as you are. You have to stay your foot in one side or the other. That way, when God come down with the two edge of the sword to make his judgment and to put his statute on you, you will be able to give exactly that straight. Okay. And that's why also the Father says that even evil people will witness God. Even they will. So there's no such thing as an atheist, because even they have seen God. So my pointer from yesterday, which is, if you go back and listen to my video, I'm just going to make the pointer for right now. And this is just before I come to you with the good breaking news that I will share in the next video. So this is just going to be a brief overview of what I was speaking of yesterday. And this is just like a demonstration of the ah and the woe of what God is talking about. Okay. So let's get started. So let's just say, and this is pointer, the pointer session. This is pointer time. Okay. That's what we're doing. We're doing the pointer time. And in the pointer time, I just give you the definition of what I'm saying to my topic, based off of my topic. But this is the topic from yesterday. This is continued from yesterday with the ah and the woe. Okay. And welcome. I am your host, Shantae Washington. And this is the pointer time. And this is the Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. And you are on my page at the Power of God. Okay. Either my YouTube page at the Power of God, or on my Facebook page at the Power of God with Shantae Washington. Okay. Either or. So I'm gonna give you a demonstration. Let's say you work 7 days a week. I'm gonna put that down. Let's say you work 7 days a week. And this is just for the ah and the woe topic from yesterday. Okay. This is that topic from yesterday. So this is just the ah and woe. Why I put woe? Okay. Forgive me. So even though you can't see what that actually says up there. Anyway, so let's say you work 7 days a week. All right. Now, you work those 7 days a week, and you work 4 hours. 4 hours a day. And I want you to take this demonstration in because this is related to what it is that I spoke of yesterday about the ah and the woe topic. Okay. This has something to do with that. And I want you to picture this in your mind and just gather your thoughts and take it in to the Father and just get understanding. That's your best bet. And pray. Take it and pray. Pray over it. So let's say you work 7 days a week. There's no days off, right? That's what the Holy Spirit just said. There's no days off. No days off. And you work 4 hours in that every single day in that week. So that's Monday, 4 hours, Tuesday, 4 hours, Wednesday, 4 hours, Thursday, 4 hours, and then Friday, 4 hours, and then so on and so forth. Then Saturday and Sunday, 4 hours, and 4 hours. So every day you work 4 hours. And some people work 7 days a week, and they might work 10 hours, or they might work 12 hours each day. They might work 12 hours. They might work 10 hours. Some people might work more. Some people might work less. But does it really matter how many hours you work in a day if you working 7 days a week with no off days? That is the thing to try to understand. Like, does it really matter if you work 4 hours 7 days a week, 10 hours 7 days a week, 12 hours 7 days a week? Does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. Your body working 7 days a week, no off days, will succumb to, meaning it will be tired automatically, stressed automatically, and it will give you a reaction automatically to that stress, no matter if you work 4 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours. It doesn't matter. You being put stress on your body comes at any hour of the day. So do know that if you're not giving to God some of that, then you are giving to the world. All of that. Okay? So it doesn't matter if the person, the lesser God or the greater God, okay, they're still both taken into consideration. So even if you were 4 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours, you are still but a man, and you have a body, and you have a being, that if you are not giving to God, you are giving to the world. Do you understand? So let's just say you watching TV for 4 hours, or you watching TV for 2 hours, the 2 hours that they say that you're supposed to watch TV for, 2 hours, right? Let's just say you watching 2 hours. You're watching 2 hours of TV, but you still not giving to God. You are giving to the world because your body is working this. Do you understand? Your body is working these hours. Your body is working this 4, 10, 12, no matter how many hours. Your body is working this. This is stressful. It don't matter if your body work up an argument. However many hours you put in arguing, however many minutes, however many hours, however many seconds you put into arguing, you still giving. Do you understand? You're still giving to something. And what you give to, you will receive from. Okay? Whatever you giving to, you will receive from. Meaning that thing will add unto you. That thing will add unto you. So if you are giving to the world, meaning you are watching TV, you are let's just say you working out, you exercising, you watching TV, you playing, you going outside, you doing your child thing, you know, because we all can do our little child thing, and because we need to be kids and all this different stuff. Let's just say the kids go outside and they play. You are giving to the worldly things. Even if you feel like you missed out on your childhood, if you are not giving to God, it doesn't matter if you go to the park all day and you played all day. That doesn't dictate your childhood. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but I'm saying that that does not dictate your childhood and what you actually lived. That does not do that. So the pointer is that if you give to God, God, you know, if God, well, basically God give to you and you give that back to God by doing the things you are to do in awe of him, then that fear will be added unto you. And you can be able to rest at night without the added nightmares but of all the whispers that had happened by other people that are evil. Versus if you are in woe unto God, meaning you are far from him, meaning that he gave you, but you ain't giving back to him anything. Meaning, and it ain't got nothing to do with money. Yes, it ain't got nothing to do with money. And some of these preachers think that they own to something. It ain't got nothing to do with money. Because we all got treasures, honey. And we can't take money with us. So the treasures that God has for us will be added unto us at the time, at the appointed time that is supposed to be added unto to us, just like it was added unto those who are at the status that they are at. Okay. It took time for them to get to where they are. So at the same time, it's due unto us all. Us all will be at that point at some point in our lives. So anyway, like I said, if you give unto God as he give to you, and you are in awe of him, then that fear, because automatically that causes a reaction of fear because you're in awe of him, that stopped you. You went, you stopped for a moment and you went at it, okay? And the face wasn't us. It wasn't like a surprise. It was like a sudden. It was like a suddenly, which is the occurrence of something that happened around you, okay? An occurrence around you. And you was in awe of the reflection of that. And you basically, you just took the time out to put a fear above there. And now once that fear come at you, now you can give back to God. And that is in the fruits of the spirit, the commandments, everything that he said to do, you'll be able to do just that. Okay? Because whatever it is that you in awe of, the gift that he has just handed you to you in your hand, you won't go and be like, oh, I'm going, just like Judas did. He went and told. He shared things with Judas and all of them, Peter and all of them. And they went back and denied him, and denied him. So again, God is in the flipping of tables. So your money don't mean nothing. That doesn't dictate your status. Okay? You helping others don't dictate your status. It just doesn't. Now, but you giving to God, not your money, but the gift that he gave to you back to him, as he give it to you to do it in the flesh, of course. And that's what I'm speaking of. Okay? Because flesh has to come and humble itself first and foremost. Flesh has to humble itself in order to do what it is that the Spirit of God is telling it to do. And the Spirit is where it has to go into. And a lot of people can't just deny the Spirit by calling it spooky, because when you say a word, you have to understand that when you say something, you disregarding the other half of what you're speaking. You should never say, this ain't about the spooky stuff of things. You shouldn't say that like that, because that is simply saying forget about the spirit side of what it is that somebody else may be teaching about. And they've been given that gift. You can't, no matter the status of a person, no matter the status of that person and how they are looking in appearance wise, doesn't mean they don't have a status with God. That doesn't mean that. So my thing is, you have to understand that money don't make you, and money don't put you at a status. But this is what I'm talking about. The real thing I'm saying to you out there. I mean, and that's it. I'm not going to go inward because of, someone taking what I said the wrong way. Because I tend to do that. But I mean, what I'm saying is that certain words you say, you have to explain what you're talking about, because you're saying that the flesh matters, and then one minute you making it seem like the spirit don't matter. So you gotta understand that the spirit does matter, because that's where it starts at. So you can't take from the spirit to just walk all out on flesh and say that flesh is in operation of things. Flesh is doing the thing. So we take it out, we do it on flesh, of course. But the spirit is what is directing the thing. Okay? Yes, the Father lives in us. But without spirit, we wouldn't be here. What are you saying? Without spirit, we would not even be here. So my pointer time is over. I'm done with that. And then I got to come back and do the whispers. The whisper that I'm supposed to did today. But it doesn't matter if you work 7 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 2 hours a day. And those 2 hours a day that you working it looking at TV for 2 hours. Like they pointed out towards kids. Kids can only have 2 hours of TV. That's work, okay? Even if you put in work those hours, you still adding stress unto your body, because you are working something. Okay? You are putting in work of something. It doesn't matter what type of work it is. You are putting in work of something, whether it's work of laziness, whether it's work of arguing, whether it's work of just eternal damnation. Regardless of it, if it's eternal damnation, you're putting in work of something. If it's in awe of God, it's heavenly, you putting in work of it. Even if you do it online or offline, you're putting in work of it. And we all are in faith of something, whether it be good or evil. We all are in faith of something. Faith is there. And the work could be good that's coming from the faith. That work could be good coming from that faith. Or the work can be evil coming from that faith. Do you really know? No, you don't know. Just because you got a bunch of followers, that doesn't mean that you know exactly that you are working of good or evil. Or just because you got a whole different people behind you religiously doesn't mean that you're not working evil. It doesn't mean that. Or good. It does not mean that. So do know that Whether you work 7 hours, 2 hours, even 1 hour, and people are telling you to put this work in from their wisdom, it's still being added unto you, meaning it's being added unto your body. And that you will put in work. Yes, that you will put in work. Whatever it is that you giving of. If it's not the giving of your gifts, then it's the giving of unbelief. So that's my pointer of being in awe and woe. Okay. So I'll be back and I'll be talking about whisper and another little word. I'm gonna come back and put that down, what I'm gonna be talking about. So it's gonna be some good breaking news coming up next. See you soon. Peace.